Sure. So who is going to present first? Ram, okay.
By the way, congratulations on John Palin demo.
Oh, sorry, we forgot. And thanks for sharing the feedback, David. We were waiting for that.
All of us. All of us actually, because well, I sent another email to Kiko yesterday because I prepared what he had asked me to do last week was a guide for everyone that what our app does, how they should do it, what things to touch and which can be broken, etc. So yesterday I wrote this guide. I sent it again, and I sent it to him, and again asked him for feedback, and probably this moved him actually. So yeah, so I got it and immediately forwarded it to you.
Okay.
Okay. Hi David, good morning.
Hi.
Yeah. So let me share my screen. So is my screen visible, David?
Yep.
Okay, the first one is Android and the second one is iOS. So as we discussed in the mid two, so for each and I will kill the app and open again. So as you see, now I'll go to Epic, that is startup and startup level 1 in both of the devices. First, I'll show iOS. When I tap the startup for first time, so it will be redirected to this levels page, and when I tap on levels, it will be redirected to levels page. And again, if I come across the same levels, the loader will not be shown. The same thing in Android too.
No, but it was supposed to be different. It was supposed to be different, Rakuma, and I described it in detail. It was that it shouldn't reload when I close the app, open it again, and we immediately open startup level 1. But if I go up, it should reload it, because we need to have the ability to refresh cache.
No, David, if the user kills the app and it will be redirected to startup level 1, I just given back button. I'll show you now.
So could you kill the app? Could you kill the app?
Sure. I'll kill the app in iOS and open it. Yeah. You can startup level 1.
If you go up to courses.
Yeah.
And you run startup level 1.
Yeah. I'm giving startup level 1.
Yeah, exactly. And this is the moment where you should have reloaded the file. Because otherwise, and it was described, I provided the full description in the comment. Which one is it? Yeah. So the user kills the app and runs again. And we open the default level without refreshing the JSON file. 0.6. Let me share my screen.
Yeah.
That's going to be the easiest one. Yeah. Yep. So the user kills the app and runs it again. We open the default level without refreshing the JSON file, loaded from a local file. The user goes up to the list of series by tapping back in the unit view. We fetch the manifest file, and if its version is different from the one saved locally, we fetch the list of products and display the list of series. Is this implemented?
Yes.
Okay, then it's fine. Then it's fine. Okay, so if we tested the version number, then it's fine. Then it's awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
Why I needed that because well, if we change the JSON file,
Okay.
we need to refresh it somehow, right? We need to refresh the TOC, etc. So this is not going to happen unless you go up to the list of products, list of levels, and then go down. So this is implemented. Okay, if so, then I have no other comments.
Okay.
I think QA has also verified the story, and it meets the.
David, unfortunately, we are unable to check that server continuity issue only. So all the time the server is reachable. We are suggesting different solutions for trying this. But the response code from the server is different what we expected. So we are not able to check the server response reachability message alone. Rest all we checked and it is working as expected.
Okay, but why can't you test it? Because I would need to change the version number of the JSON file, or what?
No, he's telling in a lot of scenarios we are getting server reachability error, right, David? So Valliyappan is telling he wants to test that.
Okay, all right. So, but why is it service unreachable? When did it happen? Today or yesterday?
No, we are just asking. We need to see that scenario also. As of now, we didn't see that scenario.
Yeah. So how can we do that? I don't understand. What do you want me to do?
So that's what we are asking a solution for.
Okay. All right. So yeah. So my suggestion is that we can arrange it so that we're going to test what Ramkumar has done, right? And I'll update the TOC, and then we can check if we're going to get a new one.
Okay.
It can be done, but we need to synchronize, right? So you need to tell me, okay, now please update the TOC, and I'll do that.
No, David. So what Valliyappan is asking is, so there are some scenarios where we display messages saying the server is not reachable. Please try again.
Okay, I thought I was still stuck on this point 6.
Yeah. Since that
Okay.
working fine, he cannot test that scenarios. That's what he was saying.
All right. So we cannot test the scenarios in which the service is unreachable, right?
Exactly.
And there's no way to mark it by, I don't know, airplane mode or something like that.
That will only says offline.
Yeah. Well, I cannot make this service unreachable. Sorry. I cannot turn off the server. No, sorry about that. Let me think. And if you change the key, what is going to happen if you change the key, for example, in the credentials that are hard-coded in the app? Isn't it going to cause the problem?
It will. Yes, it will work the way for unreachability.
Yeah. So this could be a solution. So just remove the final character in the key, let's say, and it should do it.
Okay.
But this will, of course, require you to recompile it, etc. Right? But I cannot think of any other solution. Otherwise, we can ask our DevOps how this could be mocked. But I think this would be the easiest way to do it. Simply break it on purpose.
Okay.
Okay. So,
sorry for the misunderstanding. Right. Okay.
So does he need to do that scenario? Does he need to cover that scenario?
Already covered. They need to check it.
I had a comment also on 690. Apart from this, everything else to be helping.
So now that you have a solution, do you want to do a round of testing or?
Give only 401 at a rate, not others will not come. Only the status code 401 if the key is wrong.
Or not the way
that's what he is telling. He wants to check the scenario. That is, see, when the pop-up is loading, that is loading product details, he will disconnect the internet. Okay. That time we need to show something went wrong.
No. While the net is on, even if the server is not reachable, he won't
check in that case.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling.
Yeah.
See, internet is on. Okay.
Mhm.
See, product is fetching product details. The pop-up is going on. Suddenly, he is disconnecting the internet.
No, it is,
No, he won't disconnect the internet.
if your internet is disconnected, it will show
It is
you are
offline.
offline.
Okay.
More number of users leave the server. So sometimes some users may get the service not reachable. So we will respond and
More number of people.
it is like that. Just I'm saying the example. That's it.
That surely.
Just server reachability only.
Once you change the secret key and give a bill, then let him check it.
That's it. Only one scenario will come. Not all
So
the servers.
at that time, what message we are going to display? That
We can check
you
that,
want to
right?
check it.
Okay.
That's all.
So we'll update that in camera.
You can check and then update it. Okay.
But close the story. In fact, I will add the comment.
All three.
No, only spending 691. I'm just closing now.
Yeah.
So that's all I just asking. He pinged before the review. He did not
Okay.
reply back.
Okay, fine. Shall we move on?
Yes. All three.
You're done. Okay. Who is next then? David, any queries from your end for Ram?
No. But I just to make sure. So when I go up, we always do the check. We always check the version of the JSON file, right? So if I go to the list of levels, go down, try to open the list of unit, we do this check of the version number of the JSON file, right? And if it's different, we're going to reload the JSON file. Is that clear? Yeah.
Yes.
Is it how it's behave? How it should behave?
Yes. David.
Okay. So no other questions from my end then.
Okay. Aaron, can you? I mean, are you ready for demo?
Yeah. Actually, I will not be able to show on this.
Okay, you can just share your screen and
Yeah,
explain
okay.
what you have done.
Okay. I'll share from the down.
Okay.
David, I'm sharing from Ram's system.
Okay.
So my story was 674 and 685, and both are related to displaying activities that are within the same skill, multiple activities within the same skill, and activities without skill. Both scenarios should be displayed inside the lessons list.
As far as I remember, I could see that already.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, now in this build, it's only the stage JSON is there. So in that JSON, there is no activities without skill. So if you update the JSON, you'll be able to see them.
Yeah, but in Unit 2, Lesson 1, there is one that has no skill, as far as I remember.
No.
No, I think in this JSON, I don't think we have the.
In the one on staging, no, I agree. But in the one on QA, the original one, yeah. So which JSON file do you mean? The one on staging that Ramkumar is fetching?
Yes, in staging,
Okay.
there is.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. There are no such activities outside scope. Yeah, I agree.
Okay. So if you update the JSON, you'll be able to see it.
Yeah. So, and that's what I'm going to. That's my plan for tomorrow morning. So just after our daily, I'll recreate the TOC that we had on the QA for Startup 1, so that we can start using it. And I will put activities without a skill. Yeah.
What?
I hate this idea with skills. I came up with it.
Okay. Okay, David. So both are 674 and 685 are related to that. So both are done.
Okay, cool.
And you have another task?
So for
651?
plan refactoring, I've actually started since it needs user ID, I created a page for login
Screen share.
processing.
The top one.
First one, 6.9.
Yeah. So this was the task created. 719 is the task for starting the user service login. So done. So that Maha will be able to use it for access code redemption.
Okay, and are there still any issues, any blockers for Maha, so that she cannot proceed? Is there any action from my end that is necessary?
David, I need some clarifications alone regarding it. Now we are fetching, loading the products and loading the contents. We are fetching two types of APIs. While if I scan a QR for lesson redirection, if the user has not entered into the levels or fetched the JSON, I have to fetch all the details. Using the ID, I will be fetching it. At that time, I want to display in the loader as what are the characters I have to display in the content.
Loader content.
I will be displaying just loading or loading the product details or loading the content details.
Okay, so we are scanning a QR code for a product that for a piece for example for a level that we haven't downloaded the JSON file yet, right? Is that correct?
Yes, David.
Okay, so let's reuse what Ramkumar has created. So this is going to be loading product details, as far as I remember.
Loading product details.
Okay.
David, and after lesson we are not in need of logins, but if we scan a QR for level or activity, we'll be showing a screen which QR is valid. The QR valid message will be getting only after we are able to log in. After that only we'll get a user ID and we'll pass an API call along with the user ID.
Yeah.
And unless we won't get whether the code is valid or not.
Yeah, that's why I told you that we should do some initial check. So, for example, when you're going to receive, so first check if this is a valid code from our point of view, right? So if it contains this number of characters, etc., if it looks okay, right? So we are not performing the check that this is a valid QR code that can be used for, well, what I mean is that in this first stage, we just do a very shallow test whether this looks like an access code. Okay?
Okay.
If it does look like an access code, we display that this one looks valid, right? So and then we ask the user to sign in.
Okay.
Okay? And after that, after the user has signed in, we do not check another validation or anything like that. But if there is an error, then we're going to display the error to the user. But we are not showing this screen that, well, this one is valid, etc. No, if it's valid, go ahead, right? If it's invalid, we're going to display a pop-up to the user that this QR code seems to be invalid, seems to be, has been taken, or whatever we are going to receive from the server. I don't know the responses that we might receive.
The response will be invalid access code.
So that's what we need to display to the user in a pop-up. Please try again. End of story.
Okay.
For labels, for the exact word now, the labels, send me an email, and that's going to be the best one, so that I can think about that and I can create a Polish translation, and I will put it forward to you.
Okay. David, for multiple level unlock, there is no redirection, right? For now, there is no redirection.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, David. That's all from my end.
Okay. Now I'm reading Vaibhan's message. Everything's clear to me. Yeah, right. So what we would need to do is, as I said, we would need to arrange it so that you tell me, okay, we have tested that this JSON file has been loaded, etc. Please upgrade the version, and I'll do that right away. So we can do it, well, if we have time during the call, or, well, after the call, it's going to be tough because I have another call, and I have calls till the end of the day. So, let me see. Let me just see one thing. Okay, my question is, can we do it now?
Version.
I would upgrade the version of the TOC so that we could see if the JSON file would be we would fetch the latest one.
Okay, David.
Okay. So just let me give me a sec. Unit 1. I'm going to change the name of Unit 1. Updated.
Will you be sharing your screen as well, David?
Don't need to from my end. But if you want to, I don't. Well, you don't need to. I just check it if it's
Okay.
okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna update startup level 1. So now let me see how to do that. Exporting course. Right, download. All right. It's somewhat complicated. So bear with me for a moment. Okay, I'm ready. Tell me when you are ready.
No, they're checking.
He's checking, David.
Mm-hmm.
David, which unit you have changed?
Unit 1.
You added any units or?
Oh, I haven't uploaded it yet. Tell me when I should do that.
Okay.
Okay.
I thought you are uploaded. Okay, you can upload it, David.
Okay, all right. 3, 2, 1, launch. Ah, error. Okay, just give me a sec.
Okay.
Okay, what's wrong with you? Startup level 1. Blah, 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 English. Oh, yeah, this is one problem. I know what's wrong. Okay. Okay, got it. I changed the name of Unit 1.
Okay. So we are checking the way. Just a minute. You are checking the JSON ROM?
Yes.
Okay.
David, what is the version number you have
Version
uploaded?
updated.
1.0.1.
Okay,
Showing 1.0
yeah.
for us.
Still, we are getting 1.0.0 only. It is not updated here in the service, content service.
I don't know, because I am hitting the endpoint directly and I receive the JSON file with the TOC via console.
Okay, yeah. Startup level 1. Okay.
It's reflecting?
Yes. Okay, you updated the version for startup level 1 only, David.
Yep.
Okay, okay.
Just a minute, David. So, meantime, can we cover other stories while Ram is checking?
Yes.
Okay. I think Ram is having some server issue. Let's move on. And what is pending then? Six five one. You want me to share my screen? Okay. Okay, I'm opening 651 the task. Yes. Okay, done. Subtask is still open. Is it applicable? The testing is applicable? No. This is just. Okay, I deleted that. Okay.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
David, regarding the QR for lesson and activity, as Celine mentioned, instead of a entity, will be getting whether it is a level or lesson or activity, and in UID part will be getting what are the QR we are going to scan. That is unit 1/lesson 1. The same thing. The URI will be in the same format only, no, David. There won't be any changes.
Could you repeat the question?
David, in the comment, Elil has added the format of URI, which will be as a QR.
Yes.
In the entity part, we'll be getting whether it is an activity or a lesson. And UID will be getting unit 1/lesson 1. Level 1, sorry, instead of level, will be getting content ID will be getting. Content ID will be included in this part only, no, David?
But no, I don't know. Epic Dev Self is included in the UID because I don't remember.
In UID, Epic itself will be one. It's there, right? Startup.
Whatever the level name will be.
Instead of that, we'll be getting content ID.
Yeah, I can see that it is startup level 1 is there. Yeah.
Let's say content ID with the content ID will be getting.
Yeah, 3 parameters.
Wait, I think
I'm just checking it, and yes, it is there. Yeah, it's there. As an example, UID is startup level 1, 1.01, unit 2, lesson 2, activity 2. Yeah. Yeah. So that's fine. Yeah. So that's fine. So if this is a hook that we can use, then it's fine.
Okay.
But let me think, because the UID is set up. But I wouldn't rely on it there, honestly. Let me think, because when printing the book, we would need to know this ID. It is possible to know that.
Which one, David?
Startup level 1, for example, Epic Dev Self. We need to know that because if it's supposed to be printed in the book, we need to know what it is. Okay? That's what I mean here. So we would need to, before printing the book, we would need to know the IDs. So we need to know that this product is going to be called, the content ID will be startup level 1. Yeah, content ID. So we need to know that before start printing.
This will be the format. Just copy.
that's clear to me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I do understand it, but I just wonder, this content ID equals. I would do it this way, honestly. Yeah, but on the other hand, if there are too many signs in the QR code, then it's going to make things a lot more complicated, because the QR code is going to be more complicated. The best way if it contains just a few characters. So no, that's.
That won't be a problem, I think, David. QR is anyway, it's going to be that box of white and black dots.
The data
So
which
the data won't be a problem. We can have this. The only concern is if we are going to print this on the books and the UID contains the version numbers. So the JSON in the server will be continuously getting updated. The version number will be changing continuously. But in the printed books, it's not going to change, right? That is the concern.
That's why I'm telling you that we need to find a workaround for that. There's no way to remove the version number from the UID. There's no way to do that. So, well, we need to find a workaround to somehow. Okay, so let's assume that we scan a QR code, we send we see this UID, right? It might have a version number that is going to be 1.0.0, but we need to be able to extract it and replace it with a new one, with the latest one. That's the only thing we can do. We cannot, well, as you said, if we print it, it is going to contain, for example, 1.0.0, and it is never going to change. So we need to have, after scanning a QR code, we need to have a method of replacing this version number with another version number. Or we can just skip the version number and just, well, find somehow upon processing. We need to find a workaround, and I would prefer you to find the workaround, because I have no clue how this could be done programmatically.
Okay, we can do a workaround of it, but
Manik won't accept it.
yeah, if Manik reviews our code, and he'll definitely disagree to that.
even in the comment,
So if you can convince him, then we can do it. Not an issue.
But I don't. Well, honestly, I don't know how your relations with Manik, but well, the thing is that here we would need to pass this UID that we're going to get from the QR code. Which one is the version number? Or we can separate it, right? To have a well. Let me share my screen.
Okay.
Okay, so it would be something like, what was it? It's gonna be very long session actually. So blah 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 blah. No, not this one. I prefer this view. So this one. Yeah.
David, could you please zoom a bit?
No. I just needed this. Is that fine?
No.
So let me switch to Word.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, all right. So we have entity lesson, agreed, and then we have, let me just copy an example. No. So we have startup level 1. Then we have unit 1, lesson 1. Okay? So this is an example for lesson. So there's no version. So we could do something like about this one, and so that we mark it properly, so that we know that this needs to be replaced with the latest JSON version of this one. So we get this code, right? We get this code. Fetch, check the latest version of the JSON file for startup level 1. Replace version with what we got from June. What do you think about this solution? I think Manik wouldn't mind that. Good ideas here, or we can separate it.
So why don't we send an email to Manik along with David, and then we can all come to an agreement, right?
Yes, I think this is going to be the best solution, but please put me on CC, so in case, well, Manik does not, well, for some reason, well, I need to add anything or something like that, so maybe this would be a solution. So let me share what I put here. Oh, it's here. Yeah, so.
Okay. Everything's Slack group. Okay.
What do you think about this solution? Because, well, no feedback from your end.
Actually, this is how we had done it earlier.
So
we are stressing about this is because this is going to be printed, right? So that was what we were thinking. This is the way actually we did it earlier also. We'll just replace that from the QR and put the latest version from the response.
So already I with Manik said please suggest not to print with version number.
Yeah, but if we do not print the version number, then it's fine, but we still need to find a way where to put this version number. That's why I decided to put this curly braces, because this is unlikely that we would use curly braces like that in any of the IDs, units or lesson like that. So that we know which element in the UID to replace.
No, finding the version number would not be a problem. Yeah. We can use regex, or we have many ways to pick it.
So what is the problem? Because I still don't understand what the problem is.
Manik
is the problem, right? Okay. Yeah. All right. So please write an email. Put me on CC. Okay. Put me on CC. And if there is any issue with that, if he objects to anything, I'll try to respond and to defend this approach. Maybe he is going to come up with a better solution. Maybe. Yeah. So please write an email to him. Put me on CC in case any need is needed. Well, you need any help from my end, and we can discuss it. If he finds a better solution, I don't mind that. Okay.
Okay.
This is the only one that comes to my mind, and actually, it's simple. Still. A bit risky, but I think that, well, the risk is very low here. If we mark it properly with version blah blah blah, it's very big. Everybody's going to see that. Well, we shouldn't put anything inside. Yeah. So let's try to write an email.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So
That's all with 651, I guess. So what else? Gautam's out of 2 bugs, one has been confirmed and closed, and the other has been descoped. So I guess that's all from his end. So back to
Apart from this, we have found 3 bugs, namely 728 and 729 and 730.
Can you share your screen?
You are in backlog, right?
Yeah, we added in.
Okay, let me share my screen.
729, 28, 29, 30.
1 minute. Open it. Have you linked the bugs to the
Actually, it is not
respective
related to the
stories?
so we added to the backlog.
Okay.
Generic issue.
Okay.
So I'm sending the report, we will add this.
728.
Can search it, 728, 29.
Where is 720? Ah, here it is. Okay, 728, 29.
And 30.
Last
730.
one. Last one.
Okay. So these are 3 generic bugs.
Yeah, which is not related to any story.
Okay. Can you explain?
Okay. This story is related to lessons section, which is available in lessons detail screen. So if a user download this lesson and once he navigate to my profile page and remove downloaded contents, and again he navigate to the lesson section screen, we can not able to view the activity under this lesson. So for example, this unit 1 lesson, it contains 1 or 2 activities, and before we remove this activity from the from user profile page, it is available. But once user download this activity and remove from his end, and again he navigate to the screen, the activities are not displayed.
Okay. So
But this issue is fixed once he navigated to course section and again open this lesson page, it will display.
Yeah, we know. David, we know the reason why this is happening, so we'll fix it. It's not an issue.
okay.
The next. This
But
is,
is that a focus point?
no, it is a major one.
It is not a major one, or it is a major one?
Minor.
Is it a major bug? What is the priority
No,
of
it's
the bug?
minor only. We can fix it. Simple.
Can I change it?
Yeah.
Can I change the priority?
Okay.
Okay. Next one.
This one is once the user swipe course from a home screen, PSN logo will be displayed, and that time itself application is hanged, and user need to kill the application. Again, you need to start with the new one. So,
Okay.
and this issue is specific only in iOS devices. So swipe functionality is available only in iOS. So just OS specific issue.
Can this be fixed as well? The team
No, this is related to that push animation spike.
push segue. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think we have to link this bug as well to that spike.
Yeah.
Okay. And then
When the user install the app and he is trying to use the app without internet application, it will show it needs an internet option to authorize the app. So at the time, if user press and back button, it's stuck on the face and logo screen.
Okay. Yes, we'll handle this.
okay. But did we do a regression test or
No.
This is steps.
just a high level
Yeah,
test?
level sanity. That
This
time
will
we
cover
focus.
under RAM story, but RAM is not related here. We need to check it without internet. That's why.
Okay.
But this here is not covered with this. So that's why we like that separately.
And one more thing, you are yet to test, right? Changing the key and then
Yeah,
okay,
that
it is yet to be done. And okay, Thanks, Bala and Valliyappan, for finding the bugs. Okay, and Ram, are you ready? Do you want to show something? You can just update the width. Anything you want to share?
No, let's wait. It is working fine.
It's working fine.
Unit 1 updated is
Yes, yeah, Unit 1 updated. I need an umbrella available now. So
The version number is available for unit now, unit 1. Okay. Okay, fine. I think we are done with
Okay.
561 Maha's 2 issues or spillovers, and I think we are yet to receive feedback from from Manik for 651. And what else? Just you have to check the one portion rate. Okay, what if it doesn't work? You will create a bug and then put it in backlog. Okay. So are we good to close the sprint then? Other than this, are we sure we have closed all the subtasks under the issues? Or do you want me to check once? Valliyappan? David, please give us few more minutes. We'll just close the subtask.
Okay, so for the task, because we are about to close it, I don't mind that, but let me put a comment with the thing that I put in chat. Okay, so that we are supposed to ask Manik whether this is an acceptable solution. Okay, so that we have a trace of this discussion, and so that if need be, we can create a new task. But let's put it there. Okay.
Yeah, if needed, maybe we can reopen the same one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, then let it be there. Anyways, it's a spillover, right? So let it be there. Valliyappan, let me know once you're done. We can close the sprint. 691 as well. And 651 can be closed. Can you close it from your end? 692. Okay. What else? Okay, Eril, are you done?
Yeah.
Okay, I think we are good to close the sprint now, David.
Okay, but 651, isn't it going to be a spillover because it's not closed?
I think Eril has just closed the task.
Okay. All right, so let me see. Complete sprint. 2 issues were incomplete. Right. So this is fine. So I'm completing it.
Okay.
Yoo. Okay. All right. So are we going to have the retro right now, or we're moving on to planning and have the retro tomorrow or after planning?
I'm okay with anything. So team, any difference here? Or we can complete the planning today and we can have the retro tomorrow. Yeah. Okay, we can complete the planning now and we will have the retro tomorrow, David. We just have 1 more hour, so let's complete the planning then.
Okay. All right. Well, if we have some time for the retro today, why not do that? Let's try to start the planning. It's always so well. Right. So let me share my screen.
Okay.
Okay. And by the way, well, we closed the Rancuma story. And how is it? How is Rancuma doing with the latest version?
Yes, yes, he confirmed that he's able to see the updated version.
Okay. All right. I thought that I could, instead of putting Unit 1, I could have put Rancuma Rocky, and then I would test it. Okay. Anyway, all right. So, so we have the backlog, of course, right? So we have the spillovers. Are we modifying the story points?
Maha, do you want to revise the story points for the spillovers? Same?
Same.
Sure?
Sure.
She wants to keep the same story points.
She was very confident about it. Okay. Okay. All right. So,
Sharp answers. Okay.
okay. All right. Now we have 7 to 6. As a developer, I want the login process in my profile be integrated with backend so that I can provide full functionality.
7 to 6.
So when the user logs in, we have to fetch all his products that he or she has unlocked so far and unlock them in the app. The endpoint is the same as we use probably for scanning.
Can we take this?
Yes,
Any-
yes, we need.
7 to 6.
I'll take it.
You will take it?
Yes.
How many points?
2.
2 points, David, and it is for Ariel.
For Ezel, why? It's Rancuma who does the integration.
Okay.
I'm gonna get confused then. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So Ezel.
Yeah, it's Ram accepted too. So Ram.
No, I'm joking. Come on, no. If it's supposed to be Ezel, I don't mind that. So who?
So who votes for Ariel? Who votes for Ram? Let's see the majority then. Ariel, Ram.
I'll take it.
You will take it. Okay, Ariel is going to take this.
Okay, all right, understood. Okay. All right, then we have the spike. Do we want, well, it is important, but not the most important thing in the world. So maybe, well, there are, for example, so the question is, does, because, well, if it's probably done, then it's probably going to be continued by Gautam. So the question is, do we want to, because what I have, apart from that, we have transcript, speed of playing audio files. These are probably going to be demanding, judging by the sprint points. This one is especially important, and I would love to cover that in this sprint. So maybe let me put it lower, right? So let's discuss this one first. So the transcript of audio and video files in asset activities to see what is being spoken. So we're not talking about activities, right? In activities, we're not going to have this functionality. But for the audio and video files that we do have, I asked the stakeholders about your idea of subtitles, and they liked it in the first place, but then decided now, but for pedagogy reasons, it's better if the user can see the majority of text, etc. I didn't get convinced, but they were so clear. They were all of them. I had a discussion with six of them, and they all agreed that they wanted to have the whole text, right? So we need to, unfortunately, do it this way.
Okay.
So, yep.
So, do we have mock-ups for them, David?
There is one. I thought that there was a link to that. If not, I'm sorry. Let me find it.
Okay.
There is one in Zeppelin. And just to, well, for the requirements, I need to put it in the description. Sorry, I forgot to put it. Because we need to support both the XML files that we had in Pearson Go And there is a standard called SRT, as far as I remember, that we also need to support. We would need to support both. The video players, yeah, it's here. Audio player, it's like that, right?
This is the old one, right, David? Not the new audio player.
Yeah, but this is just a player. So yeah. So let me discuss it with you in a second. Just wait a second. Let me put
Sure.
a mock-up with an old player. Okay. Right. So we are supposed to reuse the new player. Oh, not this one. Not this one either. Okay, so we have the player, right? And we have the speed controller that is going to remain the same. And the thing is that, as you might remember, the player is somewhere in the middle, right? Somewhere, not this one. Okay, so we have the player here, right? So the thing should be that we should, as I told you, then you came up with this idea of subtitles. What we should do is when the user taps this show transcript button, we should move this one up somewhere here, right? This one would be hidden then, and we would display the transcript below. And the text would be the same as in that mockup.
Okay. Then.
I know. I'm sorry. I didn't ask Marceli to provide us with a full transcript, but Marceli is, believe me, swamped with the parent app, so he wouldn't be able to complete it. So let me just put a description.
Okay.
Mockup with a new player. When the user taps the transcript button, the new player goes up to the top of the screen, as in the old mockup, and the speaker icon plus label get hidden with an animation, with a fade out animation. When the user hides the transcript, the player should swipe to the middle, and the speaker label should appear again with a fade in animation. Okay, is it clear? Go as well as SRT files. Okay. So I put a link to a short description of what an SRT file is. Okay.
Yeah. Okay then.
All right. Sorry for updating it right now, but I simply forgot about it.
Not a problem. So, do we want to any clarification, Steve?
No.
Okay, so are we going
No,
to?
the question is why. Okay, all right. Well, because I don't know whether you know the plan, but the plan is that we're going to retire Pearson Go at some point. We're going to move all the products to this app. That is, by the way, it has its name finally after Friday. The name is Pearson Practice English.
Pearson Practice English.
PPE. Okay. For the Epic app, right, David?
Yeah, we are still going to use Epic app because nobody likes this Pearson Practice English.
Okay.
Yeah, but well, we had a discussion on Friday. I asked this question, I knew, and there was silence. Why? The question, why? Why is such a terrible name? But it is like as it is, and it was approved by marketing, by branding. So I don't think there was any chance of changing that. So this PPE thing is going to at some point replace Pearson Go, which is very good news. But as I told you, we're not going to implement in purchases. The user will simply sign in, and they will immediately get access to the files from Pearson Go. Okay, so there aren't going to be any payments for that.
Okay. So are we going to revise the estimate, or is it going to be 5?
Yeah, same.
Same. Okay, so assignee, please. 276.
Bye. What about your?
He will just provide you the screen, right?
How much points for?
2 plus 2 plus 1.
Okay. Let's see.
Okay, so assignee.
Right.
Eril. Okay, assignee would be Eril David. And Sheikh will be supporting Eril for this story. You can create your own subtask.
David, so how much importance do you give for these stories? So because we have some more for this 276 and 278.
Between 276.
By the way, well, the resemblance is, well, astonishing. 726 to 76.
Wow, yes.
Okay, so a good question. Well, honestly, I would say that this one is slightly more important than login process. But is the login process actually a blocker to what Maha is doing?
Yes.
Okay, so then this one is more important. So the login process is more important. So let me update the priorities there. Yeah. So first we need to unlock Maha, and then we can jump to the transcript.
Okay.
Okay, because so right now login, registration, scan, and one more thing is download icon we have pending. Actually, still the one feature is not implemented yet. If we download in the units page, if we click download a lesson on unit page, and then tap inside to go inside the same lesson, the icon will not be updated. It should also be loading to be correct.
Yeah.
So that feature is not implemented yet. We thought of taking that up in the sprint. So.
Okay, so you mean the situation in which I tap the cloud icon on the unit view, then tap lesson, and I can see that it's already downloading, right? Is it this feature or a bug that this cloud will not disappear? What do you mean?
No, what I'm saying is, say, so in unit 1, you have lesson 1.
Yep.
You tap the cloud icon to download it. So it's in progress. The progress is shown there. and you also click the lesson name and go inside the lesson. But inside there, only the cloud icon will be present. The progress will not be visible over there.
Yeah.
So this is a long pending issue actually. So
it is. It
Yeah.
is, but and I agree that this needs to be done at some point. But honestly, I would prefer to see the transcript functionality first.
Okay. In that
at
case,
the same time, in meanwhile, the users give some actions in between them, and if he went back means if they downloaded lessons, there will not be any cloud icon there. At this.
Yeah, but we have well, it has been so since the beginning, and we have all got used to that. While the transcript functionality is something that we would like to demo to potential customers in the future, so the sooner we can demo it, the better.
okay.
This cloud icon can be fixed later. I don't mind that, but the transcript is more risky and more important from my perspective at this point.
Okay, then fine. Yeah.
Okay,
We'll go
but
with
I
this.
think we need to have a bug in the backlog for the tracking rate. So, Valipan, can you just ensure to create the bug in backlog?
And David, so for taking these stories, do we have any transcripts ready for the audios?
Do we have? Could you repeat? Do we have what?
The transcripts for the audios, because
There's
because without them we cannot check. You can put some text, but the sync cannot be checked without it.
Okay, so please start with something from Pearson Go. You have some data for that because you have the XML files. I can put it in the TOC. I don't mind that. So just let me know where I should put it. And as for the ESRT file, I will need to ask somebody to create it for us. That's a good point. Let me write it down.
Okay, David, and so where in the TOC you are going to put, in the same level or?
Well, it's up to you. If you want level 2, I don't mind that.
Okay.
Along with learning objects,
You are
will get audio script or something.
Okay. That would be fine.
Oh, Maha has pointed something very, very important because we need to have the SRT this file somewhere, and it would probably need to be zipped with the audio file.
Yes, exactly. Yes. David,
okay.
In those, I'll provide you one audio and XML file from Pearson Go. You can zip and put it in the server and give us the link. And I mean, the link in the TOC.
Okay, all right. That's it. Yeah. Okay, okay. So let me put it in the description.
Okay.
Okay.
The same audio.
Only for audio we have transfer.
The question is, do you require me to name them the same?
Sorry, David.
Do you want this transcript file and the audio file be named exactly the same?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
In Pearson Go, we have it like that.
And they should have the same name. Okay, no problem.
Okay.
And one more thing, because you mentioned a bug. As far as I could hear, Valipan was talking about a bug. What bug was it? Could you repeat?
At the icon button.
Not icon, but actually, Elia has said no. The cloud icon on the unit level, if the user taps on the cloud icon, it will automatically it will show the process to the user. So in the meanwhile, if the user gives some seconds and go inside that to see the lessons, the downloaded activities will not have the cloud icon.
Okay. Okay, but is it really a bug?
No, I'm not saying it is a bug. I'm saying that it will not show the processing bar inside. I just want to say add this line. That's it.
Okay, all right, so that's clear. Okay, because I thought that you consider it to be a bug. No, it's an improvement, I'd say, right? Because
Okay.
Just a point I said. Yeah.
okay, all right, okay, and actually, you're right. It is important. So we're not going to deliver that in this sprint, but probably in the next one. So if once you add it to the backlog, or I can add it if you prefer. Let me do it right now. So just let me finish my Polish action point. Przygotuj transkrypt. That's the testów. Okay, that was my Polish. All right, and now let me put an improvement. As a user, I want to see the same download process in the unit and lesson view so that I can monitor it. Okay, the same stage of the download process. So to be described when the user starts downloading a lesson in a unit view, when they enter the lesson view, the process should continue and we should reflect it in the UI. Same the other way around. Okay. All right. So this is a this is a plan for our next sprint. Good.
Okay.
All right. So then we have adjusting the speed of playing audio files. Mimic the functionality of Pierce and Go. The user should be able to set the set from 0.5 to 1.5. The slider should be sensitive to small changes, not only the thresholds we discussed last time. Okay, you probably remember that we discussed it in October. You should probably remember everything. Yeah, so whatever I meant here.
3 points?
Yeah.
Okay, 3 points, and assignee would be?
3 points?
Yes, sir, including testing effort, right?
Okay.
And assignee would be? Eril. Okay, it's for Eril. I think you are
The
done.
third task. It's your third story in this sprint.
I think Eril is done.
Yeah.
For the sprint. Okay, next.
So I told you that Kuma should be doing the backend. Okay. All right. Then we have this JS file, manipulating the JS file.
It's
Yeah,
fine.
I'll take it, Zavid. I've started working on it actually.
Good. Thank you. All right, and then we have iOS 10. Well, it's absolutely perfect for Kuma. He loves iOS, doesn't he?
Okay.
Okay.
Can take that.
Is that a bug or as part of the accessibility audit?
No, it was an iOS X. It was not coming right.
Oh, okay. This is
UI
iOS
issue.
X specific.
Okay.
So Sheikh's involvement would also be there?
Right.
Okay. So are we going to estimate it? Yes, Ram.
Is it really going to be Kuma? Because I was joking, because I knew that Kuma was more into Android.
No, I'll take that.
Okay, thank you.
Those two. Six. It's 687.
Both are same or different? 687 around, right? Only one.
Okay. Estimation, please.
We'll discuss and
Yeah,
put it
okay.
tomorrow.
For this alone, we'll just check it off and we'll estimate that tomorrow. Or day after tomorrow.
Okay, but I'm assigning it to Rankuma anyway, right?
Yeah.
We'll
If you
need a
can
device.
estimate it tomorrow, it would be fine because sprint starts tomorrow, right?
No, but we don't have any iPhone X testing.
We can get it from the DC team.
For all this sprint, all the time over this sprint.
Only we
You
need
can
for
get
2.
it when you want, but not throughout the sprint. I cannot promise.
No,
for
but in this case, I need full effort for that, and then what can I do for that?
Even for estimating, we need to.
You can use the
Yes.
simulator, no?
No, we have to
Update export. Yeah,
Okay.
even for estimation also we need.
Yeah, for estimation, I agree. You can get it from them and then you can test it and estimate.
For fixing, you need to test it, right?
Actually, we have one iPhone X in the team.
Kalpana won't give us.
If you promise me,
Kalpana, you can charge per hour.
Does Kalpana have an iPhone 10?
Yes.
Oh yeah, okay. So I'm not
The
needed.
whole Chennai office only she has the weight.
Even the company
Okay.
got after her only. She was the first in the office.
Okay, and Kalpana, do you like it?
yes, David.
Yeah, it's absolutely awesome, honestly.
Okay, then we'll.
Ram.
Okay, how many times we have asked this before?
Mhm.
You haven't given.
Okay, let's see. Okay. I mean, I'll check with the DC team and help you with the device. Okay, I think we can wait for the estimate for tomorrow, David.
Okay,
Or
I don't mind.
okay. So is that the same case for 688? Same with iOS X. Okay. But are we going to take it for the next sprint? Sorry, this sprint.
Just a request. Can you upload the screenshot from your device to Jira?
No
Actually,
problem.
screenshots won't be having any black bar, Ram. It will just have the whatever color we have at the top, I guess.
Okay.
Screenshots won't have the notch at the top.
They will. Not the notch, not the notch. You're right. But well, just let me show it to you what it's going to have.
David actually had a screenshot to that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're right. You're right.
Yeah, screenshot is already added to that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's already there. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, we can see.
So we need to support both the safe area here, right? And so that it doesn't touch it, and we need to expand it here in the notches, more or less here.
Could you for that we need to update export?
We have to take it. For that, anyway, we are going to run in.
Yeah, that's all.
No, even
So-
to run in 10 we need, right?
Okay, we'll do that hack something.
We'll
Right,
download
fine.
the folder.
That will be fine or
I'm not sure. We'll check it.
No, for simulator is different, but the
For
iOS
APIs.
support you need, right?
Excuse me, I have one question because I can see
Yeah.
I just noticed this 728 and 729 that I didn't see yesterday. When they added? Oh, today. Okay, that's why I didn't see them yesterday.
Today it has been
And I
raised.
can see that they are quite serious. So I wonder whether these are not more serious than this one.
Okay.
Yeah. I just noticed them. So I remember I could see them when Gautam was discussing them. So I think that, well, if it make things easier, I would start with these two.
7 to 8 and 7 to 9. Do you
Yeah,
want this
we
one?
can still live with this one. We cannot live with these two. And could you tell me when this application is hanged, launch PEMOB app in iOS devices, user try to swipe in home screen. Swipe should not happen on home. Yeah, I would fix these two first, not this one. Honestly.
Okay. It's already fixed.
That is why actually we couldn't able to provide installation for that.
For 7 to 9 now.
Because that is related to the pushing mission.
Oh.
7 to 8 we can fix it. No, 7 to 8 we'll take.
So David, once we asked David for that 7:30 birth, he said he will check with stakeholders and get back to us.
7:30.
For a no internet access screen. David,
So
did
did
you
you-
get a chance of getting that screen from your stakeholders?
For 730. Is that a
Yeah,
duplicate issue?
for internet, no, without internet accessing the app for the first time.
So you run the app for the first time and you have no internet access, right?
Yeah. The log ID is 730.
730. Second person logo on the first time without, should not show the logo. Okay.
This is the bug, but I am asking that the screen you said you will update it later, but till now we did not get any update on that.
Yes, you're absolutely right. So, because I know what it looks like, what it should look like, but I do not have a visualization. So the thing is, the question is, can I describe it to you? Okay. So let me put a okay, so it's, you need an exit. Okay, so this is fine with two exceptions. I would like this label to be in the middle and this one to be gray. To be gray, not blue. Okay, so let me put a comment. The label should look, no, the screen should look as in the screenshot, but the label should be of light gray color. The label should be in the middle of the screen. It should, the Pearson logo should not be displayed. Is that fine? Is it enough?
Okay.
Sheikh, do you need any more specifications or are you okay with this? Enough? Okay.
Okay. Should we include it in the sprint then?
Now that Pearson logo should be removed from that screen as well. That in message.
Yeah, from this one.
Yeah. Okay.
And this one should be gray.
Okay.
And it should be in the middle, and that's fine. That's okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I do hope that it's going to be a very rare case, so we shouldn't spend too much time on this screen.
Okay.
Okay, so are we going to include it in the sprint? Because I believe this is, well, I'd say that it's quite important when we are integrated with the backend right now.
Oh, okay. Sure, David, we can take it up. And it's for Ram Kumar and Sheikh will support Ram. Okay. And estimation, please, Ram.
Just want to remove the keyword.
1 point, David. You can also have 0 points. Okay.
How about this one? Lesson details are not displayed once the user removed downloaded contents in an Android device.
7 to 8.
7 to 8.
You'll take that. Okay. What is this? So story points would be 1 for 7 to 8 and it's for 8. Okay.
Let me rename it from Sprint 15 to Sprint Ezel. Ezel does everything. Right. Okay. And 7 to 9?
It is related to push segue.
We don't have the solution.
Oh, yeah. So again, this is going to again be Ezel. Okay, so well, we can skip this one for that, or can we fix it?
This particular one.
No, there is. If you have the solution for push animations, we can fix it. Until then,
Only for one scenario, we don't have the solution, right? How to
that
fix?
is the scenario.
Okay. So think we don't have a solution yet, David, unfortunately. So can we skip it for the current sprint?
Okay, so iOS 10 then?
Yeah, I will take.
Okay. Yeah, we can take it.
Okay, so we're going to estimate later.
We'll wait.
Right?
Okay.
And this one, 688?
Same.
Okay. iPhone 6,
8. Yeah, iPhone
8, 7 and 6, 8. Yeah,
Okay. Both Ram Kumar will take.
but make sure please for the device available. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Later as well. Okay. So is that all, or do we have?
That will be on.
So, David, I think we are full for the sprint.
Okay, let me see what's left. So we have the transcript, adjusting the speed. Okay, that's fine. Then we have scanning a QR show. So these are all almost the same. So we have a few hundred of push animations when scanning a QR code. So we'll need to fix them in the next sprint most probably.
Actually, the way the 504 is kind of fixed, but Valliyappan couldn't test it that day.
Okay, no problem, Gautam. Well, that's why I do not want to put them today.
Okay.
Well, so let's see how it works after this refactoring and Maha's tasks, and then we'll see what it looks like. Yeah, but the rest are actually fixes. So once we are done with the transcript and the speed, the functionality is complete. Well, yeah, and there is registration that needs to be integrated with backend. Right? We have a separate story for that. So yeah. So please, Ezel, please remember that you do not need to integrate to login here. Right? No, sorry, registration. Just login.
Okay.
Yeah, registration is a separate story.
Okay, then, yeah.
And I wanted this one, registration is less important for me at this time because, well, we can create an account for the user and we can log in with some predefined account, right? But we're going to probably take it in the next sprint, but for this one, I just need the login process, okay?
Okay, then, yeah.
Okay.
All right. I'm quite satisfied with what we have in this sprint. I think that's fine.
And one more thing, we have a call with Manik this Friday, and maybe he will provide us some task, right? In that case, what we can do? Can that task wait for next sprint or
We don't think there will be any task.
Yeah, mostly like review.
review it?
Okay.
There is any changes?
Then I
Probably.
think, yeah.
There won't be anything.
In that case, let's tell him like we have committed already, and then
Okay,
we can do it in next sprint. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if there is anything urgent from Manik, just let me know and we can discuss it when we can negotiate. No problem. Because, well, for example, these iOS 10 things are important for me and Kalpana because we cannot use the app properly. But and we are the only users of that on iPhone 10. But yeah, but we can still discuss if there is anything that would be more important. I'm open to discussion.
Okay, sure, David.
Me and Kalpana are going to survive that.
Okay. So, anything else, team?
Especially that I'm switching to Samsung S9 at last.
Okay.
It's because of Ram Kumar. He told me to do that.
He got an
Okay.
Oh.
So, well, guys, what do you think? Can we have this retro now? Because we still have 30 minutes, or do you want to call it a day?
Retro?
Yes.
Can we have it now? Okay, David, we can have the retro now. David?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Let me share the link. Okay. I've shared it in the Hangout. Let's take 5 more minutes and then we can review the retro sheet.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I think we are done from our end. Ram,
Okay, I'm done.
okay. I'll share my screen again. So we integrated with backend nicely. Thanks, team. Demo went well. Plus.
I noticed what I was writing, and I just say, okay, I'm not gonna do it again. I just put plus.
Okay. And Bala support to Valliyappan. I think it helped Valliyappan a lot this time. And we fixed the audio video files playback properly.
Yep.
Okay. Yes. And then what not went well, could not complete regression. Okay, regression is still not applicable. And how about from this sprint? Sure. Okay, then I think we need to ensure the QA handoff dates and goes properly. Okay.
Yeah, and one more thing from my end, we need to clean up the backlog a bit because, well, there are plenty of bugs that I don't have no clue whether they are still valid and so on. So once we can do the regression, we need to make sure that we remove everything that is already outdated. Because there are plenty of bugs that you kept saying that, well, they are due to the fact that we are still doing the refactoring. So we need to just do the cleanup because it's so difficult to take any actions with the backlog because of that. So I would be grateful if you could help me with that. And then Bala.
Okay. And the next point also is related to that, 361 and 363. We are done with code refactoring right now. Only one is, I guess 361 partially completed. Sorry, 363 is partially completed. And the other one is not yet done. Okay. And then stages or process is not followed within the sprint. Okay, let's see this sprint and then I'll close this point because we will have regression this sprint, right? Let's see how we follow this time. Okay, and then TOC contained activities without skill about which the developers were not aware of, caused some delays in the development. Okay.
What do you,
excuse
me, what do
you wanted to on this point?
What do you mean?
David, actually, so how the code was written to display the activities where we would look for a skill and whatever is inside the skill, we will display it on the list of activities. So when Ram was working on a story, so he was able to fetch the JSON and everything, but then nothing was being listed and some error was coming up. So first,
okay, so
first we never thought of this.
So we are talking about the JSON file in staging, not in QA, right?
Yes, in staging, yeah.
Okay, all right, okay, then it's clear. Okay, all right. So sorry about that. Well, you could have told me because I would fix that immediately. Sorry about that.
Is it for David?
Yeah.
Okay, so anything else under in what not went well? That's it. Okay, area of improvements, regression build on time. Let's see from this sprint, the same one. The PO needs more focus on the products.
Well, it's your decision. I believe that I will do it. Yeah.
Maha, do you agree?
You told something.
Why Maha? Why Maha?
No, okay. I think we can remove the.
No. Tell me why Maha?
Maha, please. You said you keep this point, right?
No, I did.
Yeah, you mentioned it in last sprint, but this sprint she prefers to keep it open.
Okay, all right. But okay, so the question is, Maha, what's the wrong? Tell me, because well, I want to improve.
No, David, actually, I didn't mean it. Lil and Ram was
Okay, I think these guys are just kidding. Okay.
Okay, right. So let's close it. Okay.
Okay.
If you have any feedback, if you feel like that, just let me know. I'm not going to take offense. For
No,
sure.
we were just mocking Mahalakshmi. That's all.
Okay. So, Valiappan, do you still want team lunch?
Better not. Well, even do you still want the team match? No, I don't want to spend any more time with you. All right, sorry.
Okay. Ariel and Maha for quick but extensive fix to audio video files. Thanks, Ram and Maha. Sorry, Ariel and Maha.
Yeah. Thank you very much. That was a very stressful moment in this sprint. Yeah, but you did great. But we still haven't figured out what happened to Kiko's phone. And he told me that he would be traveling this week. So the earliest moment when he can show his phone to me is next week. So by this time we will not know what might have happened. But well, as I said, I tested it against another set of devices. No issues. No issues whatsoever.
Even he had mentioned that audio and videos were working during the demo.
But he used another unit, right? Unit 1.
Yeah, but he used the one in Unit 1. So there is... So the old one worked fine, but the new ones didn't work. So, and he removed the app. So because I thought there would be a problem with caching. No, he removed the app and then he reinstalled it. So there was no cache whatsoever. But I cannot reproduce it.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, I think that's all for retro.
Okay.
Gautam, do you have any points to add? Is Gautam still with us? Yes.
Yes, I'm here.
Any points you want to add, Gautam?
No, Kalpana, I actually didn't have anything to add. I just wanted to add the demo thing, and it was already added.
Okay. Okay, Gautam. Thank you. So that's all from our end, David, for today. Anything else from you?
That's fine.
Okay.
No. Thank you.
Okay, so let's meet tomorrow for the daily scrum.
Yep.
Thank you all. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, David.